It is the spell swords of Odin, those rare and mighty warriors who blend the martial with the magical, who stand as the bulwark against the encroaching forces of darkness. These are no ordinary soldiers or wizards, but a fusion of both, a manifestation of the god they serve, Wotan. They are the chosen few who walk the path of the spell sword, embodying the perfect harmony of sword and sorcery, strength and wisdom. In their hand, the sword is more than just mere steel. It becomes an extension of their will, a conduit for the ancient powers they have mastered. These warriors do not simply wield magic as an afterthought, nor do they treat the sword as a mere tool. Instead, they have integrated these two disciplines into a single, seamless force. The magic they cast is as deadly as the blade they swing, and the blade itself is often imbued with spells of great power, striking with the fury of storm. Among the many figures who have emerged as embodiments of this archetype, Gandalf stands as a paragon, a being of immense wisdom and power. He is the very essence of the spell sword. Gandalf wields his staff as both weapon and source of his arcane might, while Glamdring, his sword, is a blade that sings with the echoes of ancient battles. He is not merely a wizard, nor a simple warrior, but a balance of both, a protector and a strategist, one who understands to fight the darkness. One must master the dual arts of combat and sorcery. His strength does not lie in his mastery of spells and swordsmanship, but his deep understanding of the forces at play in the world. He knows that true power must come from the unity of body and spirit, the blending of the tangible and the intangible. This is the essence of spell sword, an existence that transcends the ordinary, stepping into the realm where only a few can follow. It is said that the spell swords of Odin, like Gandalf, are the last line of defense against the shadows that engulf the world. They are the warriors who have heeded the call of the Allfather, who have sacrificed as he did, who have sought knowledge at the cost of comfort and peace. In their hands lie the fate of the realms, for they alone possess the power to stand against the tide of darkness, to hold the line where others falter. A spell sword must face Mimir's Well at one point in his life, the quest for the Holy Grail. Mimir's Well, in the mythic tapestry of Norse lore, stands as a profound and sacred source of wisdom. A place where the boundaries between the mundane and the divine blur, and where Odin, the Allfather, made his fateful sacrifice. It is here at the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, that the Well of Mimir is found, a fount of knowledge that is not freely given, but must be earned through great personal cost. In many ways, Mimir's Well is Odin's Holy Grail, a symbol of the relentless pursuit of truth, enlightenment, and the ultimate understanding of the cosmos. The Grail, in various traditions, is often depicted as a vessel of divine power, a source of eternal life. Mimir's Well is not just a physical place, but a metaphysical goal, a destination for those who seek the deepest truths of existence. For Odin, this pursuit was not a mere curiosity, but a quest that defined his very essence as a god. His journey to Mimir's Well was a pilgrimage of the spirit, driven by an unquenchable thirst for knowledge that transcends the ordinary concerns of gods and men alike. In the lore, it is told that Mimir's Well, the wise being who guards the well, demanded a steep price for a drink from its waters. Odin's eye. This sacrifice was not a simple transaction, but a profound act of devotion to the pursuit of wisdom. By offering up one of his eyes, Odin symbolically traded part of his physical sight for a deeper, more expansive vision, the ability to see the surface of reality into the very fabric of fate and time. Just as the Holy Grail in Arthurian legend is sought by knights who must prove their worthiness, so too did Odin undergo a trial of his own. His sacrifice at the well was not only a test of his resolve, but a transformative act that elevated him to a higher state of consciousness. The knowledge he gained was not merely intellectual, but profound, almost mystical understanding of the world. If we look through the myths, the tales, and even in modern media, Conan, the barbarian, is often a figure seen rooted in raw physicality, a barbarian whose strength and cunning have carried him through countless trials. Yet beneath the surface of his rugged exterior lies a connection to ancient mystical traditions, one that binds him to the gods themselves. In following the path of Odin and hanging the world tree, Conan undergoes a transformation that transcends his mortal origins, tapping into the primal forces that govern both life and death. Conan, in his own way, mirrored Odin's divine right. Though a man of the earth, steeped in the blood and fire of countless battles, Conan is also a seeker, a wanderer who is drawn to the mysteries that lie beyond the ken of ordinary men. His encounter with the World Tree is not merely a test of his body, but of his very soul. In following Odin's example, Conan willingly submits to an ordeal that few would dare, and embrace the pain of uncertainty that comes with such a trial. For Conan, the act of hanging is a moment of profound transformation. Stripped of his weapons, his armor, and the trappings of his worldly strength, he is laid bare before the cosmos. In this vulnerable state, Conan confronts not only the physical torment of his ordeal, but the deeper, more insidious fears that lie within him. The fear of mortality, the unknown, and the limitations of his own humanity. It is through this very act of surrender that Conan begins to access a power far greater than any he has yet to know before. As Odin gained the wisdom of the runes through his sacrifice, so too does Conan emerge from his ordeal with a new understanding of the world and his place in it. This knowledge is not merely intellectual but visceral, imprinted upon his very being through the pain and revelation he has endured. Conan, once a man defined by his might and his will, now carries within him the echoes of the divine, a connection to ancient forces that shape destiny and drive the eternal cycles of life and death. In the tapestry of our own lives, there are moments when we find ourselves hanging from the world tree, much like Odin did. These are the times of trauma and shadow, when the weight of our burdens seem unbearable, and the light of certainty is eclipsed by doubt and pain. In these dark nights of the soul, we are suspended between who we were and who we're yet to be, caught in the crucible of transformation. To hang from the world tree in our lives is to endure the trials that test the very core of our being. It is to face the wounds that are not just physical, but emotional and spiritual. Wounds inflicted by loss, betrayal, fear, and the harsh realities of our existence on Midgard. These are the moments when we are stripped of our defenses, when the masks that we wear are torn away, revealing the raw, vulnerable truth of who we are. Like Odin, we find ourselves on the precipice of despair, suspended in a space where time seems to stretch endlessly, and every moment is a battle to maintain our grip on sanity and hope. Yet, it is precisely in these times of trauma and shadow that the seeds of profound transformation are planted. The world tree Yggdrasil is more than just a symbol of suffering. It is also a symbol of life, growth, and connection to the divine. As we hang from its branches, we are not just enduring. We are undergoing a rite of passage, a sacred ideal that has the potential to unlock deeper wisdom and insight within us. The pain we experience is not meaningless. It is the price we pay for a greater understanding, a clearer vision of the world and ourselves. In these moments of trauma, we undergo growth, like Odin, who sacrificed his eye and endured 9 days and 9 nights of suffering to gain the knowledge of the runes. We too are given the opportunity to gain something invaluable from our trials. This might be a new perspective, deeper empathy, or strength we never yet possessed. The shadows we confront reveal the parts of ourselves that we often keep hidden. Hanging from the world tree in our lives is a test of our spirit. It challenges us to find meaning in the midst of chaos, to seek out the light even when we are surrounded by darkness. It is a journey inward where we must confront the fears and doubts that have been buried deep within us. And just as Odin emerges from the ordeal with wisdom of the runes, we too have the potential to emerge from our times of trauma with newfound understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. And through this, we are gifted knowledge, and this knowledge can be symbolized by the runes. The All-Father, in his infinite wisdom and boundless foresight, gifted mankind with the runes, ancient symbols of power and knowledge, so that we might rise against the dark forces that seek to control and manipulate us from the shadows. These runes are more than mere script. They are keys to the hidden forces that shape reality, each one a conduit to the primal energies of the cosmos. Through the runes, Odin bestowed upon us tools to see beyond the veil of illusion, to understand the true nature of the world, and to resist the warlocks who pull the strings behind closed doors. In the ancient times, the runes were whispered in hushed tones, known only to the gods and a few chosen seers who could discern their meaning. Odin himself did not come by these symbols lightly. These warlocks, the dark sorcerers who lurk in the shadows of power, are the manipulators of fate, the unseen architects of conflict and strife. They are the ones who twist reality to their will, casting their dark spells to control the minds and hearts of men, to sow discord and to keep the world in chains. Their power is subtle, hidden, but all the more dangerous for it. They operate in the shadows behind closed doors, pulling the strings of rulers, corrupting the innocent, and turning brother against brother. But Odin, in his deep wisdom, knew that the light of the runes could pierce even the darkest of shadows. Each rune is a weapon against these forces, a symbol of resistance and a beacon of truth. With the runes, mankind can decode the mysteries of the universe, uncover the lies of the warlocks, and break free from the bonds of their enchantments. The runes are a language of power, a means to tap into the very essence of creation, to align oneself with the forces of nature and the will of the gods. When we invoke the runes, we do more than just cast spells. We reclaim our birthright as beings of free will and power. The warlock's greatest weapon is their secrecy, their ability to manipulate unseen, but with the runes, we bring their machinations into light. The runes empower us to see the threads of fate, to understand the patterns of the cosmos, and to resist the warlock's attempts to control our destinies. They are the armor and the sword in the battle against the darkness that seeks to enslave us. Through the runes, Odin has given us the ability to rewrite our fates, to break the chains of oppression, and to rise against the forces that would see us bound in ignorance and fear. The warlocks may be powerful, their spells strong, but their runes are older, deeper, and more connected to the very fabric of reality. With them, we can see through the illusions, dispel the enchantments, and turn the tide against those who would seek to control us. Odin's gift is not just a set of symbols, but a call to arms, that we are not helpless in the face of the dark forces. We are inheritors of great wisdom, guardians of a legacy. We hold the power to challenge the warlocks and reclaim our freedom. In essence, the archetype of the spell sword, those who descend from Wotan, teach us that the path to true power and wisdom lies in the seamless integration of physical skill and magical knowledge. This balance enables us to confront our challenges, navigate the complexities of life, and wield our own power with both precision and insight. The legends and myths surrounding these magical spell swords offer timeless lessons on the nature of power, sacrifice, and the profound connection between the martial and the mystical. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, fight on.